And our debate is simple. We are asking whose land is it anyway? I'd like to begin by saying this land does not belong to the Congress. This land does not belong to the NCP. This land certainly does not belong to the BJP. But the way in which land is given away at critical times with undue haste, clearances are given. Of course, questions will be raised. But the fact is everyone's got some little skeleton up their cupboard. So Rahul Narvekar of the NCP and Sanjay Jha of the Congress party representing one point of view. Suresh Prabhu, former minister in the NDA government with the Shiv Sena, and Sanjay Jha of the Congress party representing one point of view. But Kumar Ketkar, let me start with you. Does the Congress have its cupboards clean, or is the Congress skeleton, for example, this particular new report about the way in which land clearances were given by the Urban Development Ministry in conjunction with the Haryana government right on the eve of the election results raises questions about whether the Congress party has the moral and ethical base to be asking questions about Adani and what the Gujarat government gave. Mr. Ketkar, what do you think?
Well, actually, Arnab, you will recognize the simple fact that in capitalism, no party in power is completely innocent, either with the bureaucracy or with the real estate bourgeoisie or the capitalist class, because they are all hand in glove. Let me make a very blunt statement that Congress was not running a socialist or communist government. Congress was running a capitalist government. Just as Narendra Modi was giving concessions to Adani, Ambani, earlier on, Ambanis were supposed to be the proteges of Congress. And now suddenly they have become friends and proteges of Modi. So I think this business of nexus between bureaucracy, political class, ruling party and the capitalist class is not something new. It is not at all new, and therefore I will not be surprised. So only thing I can say is that if Election Commission finds violation of code of conduct, it must take action irrespective whether it is a Congress party, BJP or any other party.
Mr. Ketkar,
the point is that does not make Modi innocent. That does not make Modi innocent.
No, I'm not saying Modi innocent. What about the Congress party?
Or Adani or Ambani
No, what about the Congress party? I'm not saying Modi innocent.
Yeah, so
by the way, Mr. Ketkar.
Congress party, I am saying that let action be taken by Election Commission.
But please tell me. One second.
Any Congress leader, please, if they have violated election conduct.
You see, you would agree with me, and Mr. Ketkar, let me begin by saying that despite my tremendous personal regard for you and for your huge experience and reputation as a journalist, I find myself today completely opposed to the argument which you make, which respect, Mr. Ketkar. This is not capitalism.
No.
If this is capitalism, this is crony capitalism.
But I am not defending Congress.
This is crony capitalism.
Okay, call it crony capitalism. I don't mind. I am not. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you.
This is crony capitalism.
That it can be crony capitalism. I am not saying capitalism.
Okay, so
I am not saying capitalism is better than crony capitalism. I totally agree with you.
My question to Sanjay Jha is, Mr. Jha, and after this is opening up, by the way, anyone can come in, anyone can interrupt. We are going into an open debate right now, right after this. My question to Sanjay Jha is, on the one side, Congress party says, Adani, terrible, you give land to Adani, fine. You ask Adani all the questions, the media also will, but what on earth is the Congress party doing UPA government 2.5 weeks before the results are to be announced in unnatural haste, changing land use norms to allow the entry of big private builders in Gurgaon and open up over 500 hectares of prime land to be used by builders? When your environment minister does not agree with it, the Hooda government sits down, your bureaucrats don't agree with it, right? The haste with which you try to pass a decision which will allow private developers to make huge landmark profits. Is this a time to be doing that? Why are you doing it? Are you not scared of the law that tomorrow it will all catch up with you?
Yeah. Arnab, let me answer your question. Now, where the Adani issue is concerned, let's be very clear. Let's not mix up the two.
No, we'll come to Adani later. You answer what happened. Answer what happened in the Urban Development Ministry. What happened in the Haryana government.
But let's not compare. Fair enough. Let's not compare apples and oranges. Adani issue is a clear and a brazen case of corruption and crony capitalism. Let me answer this one for you. There are two critical aspects that you need to really know. Number one, that as per there are regulations on conservation. There's a natural conservation law.
Sir.
Now you can and you are allowed up to a maximum of 0.5%. Now to the best of my knowledge, that has not been violated.
You're wrong
That's
again. It has
permitted
been.
by
It
law.
has been.
Secondly,
It's been opened up. No,
it
I'll
has not
prove you
been.
wrong.
It has not been.
Mr. Sanjay Jha, let me. No, Mr. Sanjay Jha, 1 second. Mr. Sanjay Jha, please
Can I
let me.
finish?
No, you are wrong.
Can I finish?
No, but you are wrong,
It has
Mr.
not
Jha.
been violated.
Mr.
Let me
Jha,
finish.
Mr. Jha, a
Arnab, I'm
regional.
not wrong because I know it. I don't know what
Mr. Jha,
evidence
you
have.
don't know the
Point
full
number two,
detail.
just
You
let me
need to be
finish.
told about it
Let
because
me finish.
sometimes politicians think that
Let
they are
me
more
finish.
too clever
I
by
know.
half, and it appears to me that just as Mr.
Arnab,
Raja thought, just as
Arnab,
Mr.
let me
Raja thought,
finish
just
my
as Mr.
second
A.
point.
Raja thought
The
that he could
Election
get away with it.
Commission-
In this particular case, Mr. Jha, hear me out. It is
Arnab.
very clear. Please hear me out, Mr.
Arnab,
Jha.
hear
Please
me
hear
out
me
for a
out.
minute.
People need to know this.
Okay.
People need to know. What has been added is in one sentence. A bunch of politicians sit together and they say, okay, we'll keep the limit of 0.5% and we'll add a line, except with the approval of the competent forest and environment authorities. Why do you have to use the word except? A, give yourself the ability to go beyond 0.5%. Therefore, B, what explains the haste in which you have tried to pass this decision at a time when we have an official confirmation from the Union Environment Minister of his opposition to the proposal, as well as emerging reports that the PMO had advised caution? What explains the enthusiasm to push this forth? I mean, we have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to the election results. You tell me what is the urgency to do this? Do some good for the people. Do some good for poor people 2 weeks before the results. But you only seem to be interested in helping builders 2 weeks before the results. You only have to help builders.
Now let me answer your question. Let me answer your question here. Number two, a permission has been given by the Election Commission. I think that's something
to
that
hold a
perhaps you're aware of.
meeting,
But the more
not to
important
make the
point-
change.
One minute, Arnab, let me make the third point. I hope you are aware of this, that the constitution of the NCR Planning Board has chief ministers represented from a BJP-ruled Rajasthan, which has not complained.
You just answer one question.
Controlled Uttar Pradesh that has not complained.
You
just
please
let me answer.
Please now
There is a
answer
1
one
minute.
question.
There are
Don't
chief
answer your
ministers of
own
different
questions.
states
Mr. Jha, today you have no
represented there.
answers.
So you cannot
Mr. Jha,
say
the question
that
is
this is a Congress-ruled decision.
Mr. Jha,
This is
the
not a
question is very
Congress-ruled
simple.
decision.
People are watching
This
you
has got all
tonight.
political
People are
parties.
asking you that the UPA government had scam after scam after scam after scam after scam. And one of the
How is this a
reasons you're being pulled to
Has
account is the
something
issue of
been
corruption.
sold like
I am
the Adani
asking you
case?
today that 2
Has
weeks
something-
2 weeks
No,
before the
I'm asking
election
you a
results are to
question.
come out,
Has
Mr. Jha.
something been
2
sold
weeks
at a ridiculous low rate? You answer me. Has something been sold at rupee 1 at the
Mr.
top
Jha,
rate?
you tell me
Nothing has been done like that.
you just
please
tell
try and
you tell me you
understand
tell me
that,
one thing. You tell
And
me
why
one
don't
thing.
you ask the BJP? They are part of the decision.
Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao, the
And
question is
Election
very
Commission
simple.
approved
The
it.
question is very simple. I am asking you that there are 2 weeks for the next central government to be formed. What is the urgency to do this? Is there nothing else you have to do? GVL Narasimha Rao.
Absolutely, this smells of corruption. The hunger for corruption in the UPA does not seem to have been extinguished. They seem to be still hungry for more money. I think the reputation of the minister also has been under a cloud. I think we have had this Nira Radia tapes where the concerned minister was called to be a 15% commission minister, having an ATM ministry. This seems to be another attempt to milk an ATM ministry, anytime ministry. I think this is, ridiculous. I think they are already in the departure lounge. This government is on its way out. This is known to everybody. And why are they perpetrating another scam worth 50,000 crores just before leaving?
Why, Rahul?
As
Why
you
is
rightly
your
said, I think they will
Rajasthan
have to.
chief minister?
No.
Why is your Rajasthan chief minister concurring with
come
the
on,
decision?
your
Why
government
don't
is
they
in the
protest
departure
against it?
launch.
And don't-
You are in exit gate. You're already sitting at the exit gate. It's only a matter of
Please
a few
recognize
weeks.
the fact, 1 minute, that the Ministry of Environment, which is by a Congress minister, and very importantly, the Prime Minister's office also said that the NCR Planning Board needs to take cognizance of the decisions. The Prime Minister's office says,
No,
don't.
don't. I think you're misreporting the Prime Minister.
but you have nothing.
I don't know what
No, I'm
Prime
asking you.
Minister's
Give me a
office
minute.
has been reduced
So the
to.
NCR Planning Board
let me
decision-
have a word.
1 second.
has to
I
be
am
looked
asking you
at.
today. No, 1 second. I am asking you today कि प्रधानमंत्री कहाँ है? Where is the government? Where is the Prime Minister? Why 2 weeks before, whether you are in departure lounge or not, there is an election going on. 400 seats have gone to the elections, 190 remain. Do some good for the country. The only good that you can do is to change some land use rules so that some developers have some benefit. I mean, is there nothing to be done? What is the great urgency? I just don't understand this. What is, and it destroys your entire case on Adani. I'd like to get Rahul Narvekar. Why this now? Why this now?
Well, I don't know what is this big.
You are allowed to use 0.5% of land for purposes like tourism.
Why?
You're saying
why do you add the except clause?
Why do you have to make those decisions now?
Why do you add new clauses which allow you to breach it? If the cap is not going to be breached, then what is the need to add the except clause but to help any interested parties? Should I not ask these questions? Should people be quiet about this?
No, you have a right to ask the questions, but what is illegal? I'm asking what is illegal.
Nothing is illegal, of course, but I'm asking you why do you, the definition of illegality.
There are 4 chief ministers, by the way, there are 4 chief ministers, there is the Ministry of Environment which has to be part of it. There are chief secretaries involved, there is the Ministry of Housing involved. Why do you assume this is a unilateral decision? I'm not able to understand All I'm asking you is why do you believe this is a politically,
don't you think people are watching you tonight?
Ulterior motive. I'm not convinced by that.
Don't you think people are watching you? And once again, let me now come in, Sanjay. Please understand this. People are watching you. In the past, the Supreme Court of India has had to step in and check construction activity in the same area, which led the Supreme Court to ban all mining activity in the Aravalis in May 2009 from the previous order, which only identified certain areas under the ban. Now, my question to you is, what is to say there will not be an exploitation of the law this time around? And if your government is absolutely certain of not exploiting the law, then for what purpose? What purpose should there be any window of opportunity or loophole to work around the law? And what kind of government is this, which in the last days of the government tries to create some windows of opportunity? You want to create windows of opportunity which bring prices down. Create windows of opportunity which help the people, not private builders. Rahul Narvekar, what's wrong with that, Rahul?
Well, I don't understand what's this hue and cry about. Number one, let me complete, please. Number one, what does the rule stand before this meeting? The rule is absolutely clear. It says 0.5%.
What is the urgency? You tell me what is the urgency.
Hear me out or not.
What is the urgency?
Hear me out, you'll get the answer. The law says 0.5% can be used. This was prior to the meeting. What has happened? They have added, Mr. Rao, you don't know what the topic is about. So let me complete. You'll get some idea about what I'm talking. What they've said is, they've said if you want any additional use, you need to get clearance from.
Why?
Hear me out.
Why?
Hear me out. You need to get clearance from the Environment and Forest Ministry.
Why do you need to do this now?
If the intention was,
why do you need to do this now?
If the intention was to get away with any rules, this proviso wouldn't have been put at all. There would have been a blanket go ahead.
No, but why have you?
You have answered the question yourself by putting a proviso that you require clearance from the Forest and Environment Ministry. The Congress and the UPA government has made it amply transparent that without requisite permission, you cannot go ahead with the proposal.
Suresh Prabhu is responding. The fact remains that the election results are due on May 16th.
Corruption and collecting money.
Election.
We know about Purta. What happened? Who's got fake companies? Let's not talk about corruption. We know about Purta. We know what happened in Nagpur. We know how drivers got.
So what is this? Your corruption versus my corruption.
We know how drivers got lakhs of rupees in their accounts. We know how drivers became directors in companies. So let's not talk about corruption. Let the people of this country decide about corruption.
There is nothing illegal done.
No, what is
There's nothing illegal done.
So absolutely.
What is illegal about it?
The question is not illegal.
The problem is no one seems to have understood what has been done in that meeting. If at all there is something.
Don't make sweeping comments like that.
No. Let me point it out to you.
Don't make sweeping comments like that.
No, you know what I'm saying is right, and that's why you're not letting me talk.
Sweeping comments.
So give me a minute, I'll tell you.
Okay, what's Suresh Prabhu coming into the debate? Please, let's not keep Suresh Prabhu out. He wants to respond to you. The question I asked Suresh Prabhu is why now? What's the urgency? Mr. Prabhu.
No, see, look, more than the urgency, there's a fundamental issue which everybody is missing the point. There is a Forest Conservation Act 1980, which was passed when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister. After that, there is a 1996 judgment of the Supreme Court, which defines what is forest land. This particular land in question is a forest land which not yet demarcated under the Punjab law, so therefore this land needs to be demarcated. Any diversion of forest land under the Forest Conservation Act 1980 requires central government permission.
That's right.
Why the forest land is important? It is something which is happening in a
And
city.
that's what has been
One minute.
Gurgaon has no groundwater. So this is something which we are talking about legally about 0.5% is not an issue at all.
Yes.
The issue is fundamentally whether a forest land can be diverted for non-forest uses without a central government permission, which is the Ministry of Environment.
That's right, and that's what has been done in this. That's what has been done.
Please let him hear him out.
So what is please listen to me.
Don't interrupt him, Rahul.
It is not a question of this is not a question of 0.5% or 1%. The fundamental question is, can this land ever be used for something like non-forest use? And that requires only central government permission.
That's right.
Then the question comes whether you develop 0.5,
What are you saying?
0.2,
That's right, that's
0.1 or
right.
whatever.
Yes, please
So
read the
therefore,
proviso.
fundamentally,
It says not without the permission of the central government. Forest and Environment Ministry.
One minute, Mr. Prabhu. You see, as you are speaking, Rahul Narvekar keeps going, that's right. What you should say, that's right to Rahul, is that your environment minister opposes this. You say that's right to that. That's right to Veerappa Moily opposing it.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, just now you told me the problem is with that proviso where it says that you need to take permission of the Environment and Forest Ministry. So
without a permission, without a permission,
it is only adhering to the law.
Was there a permission of the? Did Veerappa Moily clear this? Did the Environment Minister clear this? Answer yes or no. Answer yes or no. Did he clear this?
Question?
Did the Environment Minister clear this?
But that's what it says. You need to take permission.
No, was the Environment Minister in sync?
The UD department can't give these permissions.
Do you agree that the Union government was divided on the issue?
The UD department.
Was the Union government divided on the issue?
Arnab, I'm sorry, but you've not understood the issue. You've not understood the issue.
The question is, Mr.
I am sorry,
Mr. Narvekar, you've not read up on the issue.
I'll give you whatever details you want on the issue.
My question today is very simple. You 1 minute. You can all run away from the critical issue. I have two basic issues. One is, for God's sake, there is an election result on the 16th of May. Okay, there's an election result on the 16th of May. You have nothing to do but do this A. B, you are doing this when the Environment Minister does not agree with it. I have the Environment Minister on record. What that means, your two critical ministries, 1 minute, the Urban Development Ministry, Environment Ministry are at loggerheads. But why on earth? My question is
both your questions.
Why? No, 1 second.
Rahul, let me just answer that to Arnab.
Please,
Rahul, let me answer that
please,
to Arnab.
1 second.
Arnab, point number one.
Hear the question.
If there was a model code of conduct violation...
Oh, please don't hide behind the model code of conduct. What about the model code of propriety?
That answers
what about the model code of propriety,
I think
sir?
You have to close that issue lock, stock and barrel.
Sir, what about the model code of propriety? Propriety is the issue.
It is about corruption.
Why is this the right thing to do?
Case of corruption.
Is this the right thing to do?
If the Congress Ministry of Environment, which is run by a Congress minister, if the POM has said, please take approval of the Ministry of Environment, you can see the full transparency from the government.
Sir, please, your Environment Minister does not agree with it. Why are you doing it?
But if the Environment Minister doesn't agree with it, when a proposal comes to him, he'll reject it.
I ask one question.
How can the Urban Development Ministry do the work of the Environment Ministry?
So this is ridiculous. This is
point number 3.
No, 1 second. Before you come to point number 3, answer question number 1.
The place, if there was any objection, why hasn't the Rajasthan Chief Minister objected? I haven't understood.
Oh, please, don't. I'm asking you a question. Please listen to me.
Concurrence.
No, please, 1 second. Sanjay, making... No, 1 second. Sanjay, there is something I want to tell you. I ask you one question. You can say, I will answer your question in 27 parts and you can continue talking for the next 27 minutes. However, when I ask one question, there is one reply. My simple question is that today, what is the date today, Sanjay? Today is the 27th of April. Election results are coming on the 16th of May. You have nothing to do in the center. If you have nothing to do, then do something else, go gardening. But why on earth? Why on earth are you sitting together and trying to push through a proposal like this? What is the hurry?
The ministries... No, the ministries are functioning. They have to still execute what they can.
No, but one minister does not agree.
Why do you treating it as if... No, why are you treating it as a contravention of law? Or
this is the same argument. This is the same argument I heard.
Are you doubting the integrity of the election commission?
No, 1 second. Please remember this. You remember the historic words of the UPA government. Let me tell you the UPA government's historic words.
Or if they felt this was
in December 2010. In December
something which is political opportunism.
In December 2010.
This is not about
Sanjay, in December 2000, your words will come back to haunt you. In December 2010, your government said, with a great sense of moral outrage, you said, are you questioning the integrity of the Union Telecom Minister, Mr. A. Raja? And we said, yes, of course, we are questioning about propriety. Remember that 13 days within taking that position, A. Raja had to resign. Anyway, GVL Narasimha Rao.
No, I don't see this merely as a case of propriety. I think this is a clear case of corruption. I think this government is on its way out. There is nothing concrete that can be done in the next 2-3 weeks. Why is this hurry where Environment Secretary's views are being completely bulldozed? Why has he been completely silenced? Why Mr. Kamal Nath and Bhupinder Hooda, why have they ganged up? Is this... Why have they ganged up merely to make this a reality? And I believe the minister told the secretary that if you want, you can take the matter to the court. So they can. This is the UPA government. Both the ministries are headed by the UPA ministers, and they are not able to resolve the issues internally.
About your Ranjan
and the Supreme Court.
Okay, when we come back on the other side,
on misuse of.
When we come back on the other side, we are going to talk about Adani.
Many years ago, some 3-4 years ago.
No. 1 second. You see, it's your land versus my land. Now, the other part is very important. Mr. Adani comes out and says today, I got no special favors from the Narendra Modi government. Now, Mr. Narasimha Rao and Mr. Suresh Prabhu, remember this. Ask all questions of the Congress government. But then remember, on the other side, when we come out, Mr. Rao, we are going to have to answer some very, very, very specific questions on the land allotted to Mr. Adani. I hope you will have your replies. I'm back in a few minutes. So Mr. Adani goes public today, and I'm just going to read out from the Press Trust of India copy before I continue with the debate. He says he got no special favors from Narendra Modi. He says in an interview to PTI, not a single acre has been taken from any partner, from any farmer. We went to Kutch, and when no one looked there and acquired only barren and desert land that was not available for agriculture. Then he says, Modi became Chief Minister of Gujarat in 2001. We got land in 2006. We wanted 10,000 acres. We only got 5,000. Now people are comparing the price we paid 20 years back for barren, non-agricultural land with the market rate of a land that has been developed with all facilities like road and electricity. Modi government, Adani says, has not flouted any rule or regulation to help anyone. Kumar Ketkar, no special favors have been granted to Adani. Kumar Ketkar, first your response to this. Why do you think Mr. Adani has been forced to come out?
That is what Adani is saying. That is what Adani is saying. That does not mean that every statement that he makes is absolutely right.
Agreed.
That does not mean that every statement that he makes is not only morally, legally or technically right. We should not take his statement as ultimate truth.
Yeah.
So the point is, let the investigations take place in Adani deals as well as Kamal Nath deals or as well as Hooda deals. I am not defending any party or any individual. If Adani says he is innocent, let him be proved innocent. If Kamal Nath and dealers feel that they are innocent, let them be proved innocent. If Election Commission says they have given permission to have this deal, let them say that why on the eve of results and the new government they have given this permission. Everybody can be questioned in democracy. Everybody is answerable. Everybody is accountable. So where is this debate? I think
the debate is
fully answered.
The debate is that
the debate is about Kamal Nath and Hooda. The debate is about Kamal Nath getting a land deal signed on the eve of election.
As far as
absolutely valid.
The question is
your question is absolutely valid. That's what I'm saying.
No, the question is, one is that this decision, as far as this, Gurgaon and all is concerned, is going to be a question of timing. Why did you have to do it now? One. But my question to Suresh Prabhu,
is what I'm saying.
My question to Suresh Prabhu is that even Suresh Prabhu will admit today that Mr. Gautam Adani has got sucked into the political debate because of the relentless questioning by the Congress party. Now, your party may say he's a punching bag for the Congress party, but he had to come out with this clarification. This controversy is not going to go either, Mr. Prabhu.
Yeah, see, let us look at it. First of all, the land under question, as far as the Faridabad land is concerned, this land is a forest land. under the, I was telling you, as late as Supreme Court has passed a judgment in 2012.
No, you're not answering the Adani question.
In case of Lafarge. No, just 1 minute, I'm answering that.
The question is on Adani.
Lafarge case also Supreme Court has said, no, I'm talking about Adani, just listen to me, I'm just telling you. In case of the land which is forest land, the government has no right, unless it is approved by the central government. The land that Adani is talking about is a land which is the wasteland. According to him,
whether it's wasteland or not.
But what I'm saying, but listen to me. So this land is basically the land in which the state government has a right to allot.
Mr. Prabhu,
you mean to say that in India,
Mr. Prabhu, Mr. Prabhu, 1 second. Mr. Prabhu, Mr. Prabhu, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You're a seasoned man.
Yeah, please.
You're a seasoned man. Yeah. And at one level, I believe that despite your political affiliations, you maintain a certain level of objectivity in your argument. And you know this, Mr. Prabhu, I rarely pay any politician a compliment. I am not known to do that.
Yeah.
But Mr. Prabhu, if the land is so bad, if the land is so barren, if the land is a wasteland, it's useless land, it's terrible land, it's nobody ever goes there, then why did Mr. Adani take it? Is he a gold miner?
Now in India, if you want to develop a port, now just tell me, now if Tata need a land, if they want to develop an industry.
No, if the land is so bad, why did you take it?
Facility.
No, why? He's a businessman, he doesn't do charity, no.
Achha, if it, that's a question only.
No, that's a question. So I say, why should we take Mr. Adani at face value?
I cannot answer.
Okay, Sanjay Jha is coming in.
Adani later on did an IPO. Arnab, later on Adani did an IPO, and guess how much money it was raised? His IPO was oversubscribed 100 times because everybody knew that he was sitting
is that
on a
linked to the land?
gold mine, and it raised a staggering 200,000 crores. Now, let me tell you, obviously the investors knew it was a real sweetheart deal or a darling deal given to him by the government. And read the latest CAG reports. CAG reports.
No, 1 second.
State public sector undertakings.
1 second.
Have made
Sanjay Jha.
Losses.
Sanjay Jha, now I will use. Now this is delightful. 1 second, Sanjay. Sanjay, 1 second. You know, I hope Mr. Sanjay Jha, you may not believe me, you may not believe anyone, but I hope Mr. Sanjay Jha that you believe a certain gentleman called Sanjay Jha. Because Sanjay Jha comes on the program.
Sanjay Jha is me because there could be others.
Well, I don't know. I'm not talking of an impersonator. The fact is, there is this man called Sanjay Jha who, when I asked him about Vadra, says, was any norms violated? No. That man Sanjay Jha says, was any rules violated? Was any laws violated? It is a discretion. Whatever was done with the best intentions by the Haryana government. Now I want you to ask, I put the same arguments here at you. Was any law violated? Was any policy violated?
Sure.
Was there anything malafide? Is there something illegal? Your arguments. Answer, Sanjay.
I'll tell you.
Answer, and Mr. Rao will come in on the other side.
Answer. I will give you a very simple answer. Find out the value at which the land was given to Mr. Adani, and find out how much that same land that the government of Gujarat or Mr. Modi gave it to him as a huge act of a charitable concession was leased back to a public sector company like the Indian Oil Corporation. It was leased back at a sum of over 100 times more. What does it tell you, Arnab? There is a clear tacit understanding between the Gujarat government, which actually is working against the
how do you prove the corruption
of India.
You prove the corruption?
And secondly, no, 1 minute. You know what is corruption? Corruption is that tomorrow, if I give, it's not just what is commission? Act of commission and omission. Here, this is a clear.
So what is it in Gurgaon? Omission or commission?
Valued properly.
No. What is Gurgaon? Omission or commission?
Process.
No, Gurgaon is omission or commission? 2G is omission or commission?
No, let me explain that.
Adarsh is omission or commission? What Ashok Chavan did is omission or commission?
I hope you discuss 2G with me separately. I will prove to you how 2G is actually something that I don't know why we took such a blame for. But we will debate that some other time.
Oh God, on the eve of the results, you're justifying the 2G scam. I can't believe it.
Yes.
You're justifying what A Raja did.
But I think
I can't believe it. I cannot believe this.
I'm saying A Raja was wrong. But the Congress party was made to, I think,
anyway, you raise a question on the price of the land.
Mudslinging there by the BJP. I will debate it some other time.
Okay, can we go on the issue of the price of the land?
Let me tell you this one pertinent point.
No, question is of the price of the land.
On the Adani issue, the government gave the land to Gautam Adani, fully aware that the value of the land will be much higher, and it was proven by the land rate at which it was sold thereafter to other people who became part of his SEZ.
Well, I don't want to cast any aspersions on any individual or any government, but I have a simple question to ask.
Sold
Adanis were granted land at 1 rupee
power and lost
Arnab,
the state over 800 crores.
Just a minute. No, 1 second. Mr. Rao, you'll have to answer a flurry of questions. One second.
I said, I do not want to cast aspersions on any political leader or any government. But I just have a simple question to ask. Adanis were granted land at X price. Tatas were granted a land in Gujarat for 10x, 10 times the price. Can that be explained?
Answer that.
Can that please be explained? Adanis were given at 1 rupee, whereas Tatas were given at 15 rupees.
At 0.1% interest rate.
I think there have been...
No, a 9,000 crore loan at 0.1%.
It has been reported. No, 1 second.
A moratorium of 20 years.
No, it has been reported.
A moratorium of 20 years.
No, it has been reported. Mr. Rao should answer this today. No, Mr. Rao should answer this today, and I'll repeat this with more details. Mr. Rao, it has been reported that the land was sold to Adani for its port and SEZ project between 1 and 32 rupees per square meter. Whereas, there were reports that Tata Motors, for example, was sold the land at 900 rupees per square meter. 900 rupees per square meter for Tatas, between 1 and 32 rupees for Adani. What is this?
Over 30 times.
1 second. And don't tell me this apples and oranges, because these happened around the same period. Why one price to Maruti, one price to Tata, Adani? Why one price to Ford, one price to Adani? Why one price to Tata Motors, one price to Adani? Why? Why, Mr. Rao?
Okay. No, listen to me first, and then you can ask me questions. Please have the patience to
answer
listen.
my question. I'm short of time.
Allegations against, I'm answering. The kind of allegations that the Congress party is making now, they are not new. They've been saying it for the last 3 years.
Answer my question.
They went to the president complaining of all this. The commission had gone into all these issues. MB Shah commission had already investigated. Has submitted a report on 100 odd allegations.
Answer my question.
The party had made with regard to land allotments. There has been no question of any favoritism or any.
Answer my question. One price for Tatas, one price for Adani, one price for Maruti.
There is only one policy.
One price for Ford, one price for Adani. Why?
The Gujarat government did not have different policies for different people. It was
only
one
the price
policy,
was different. Okay,
policy
fine.
to promote industry.
Okay, fine.
I don't agree with this.
Okay.
Come up with facts, and if Congress party has any, they've been in government for 5 years, 10 years.
But facts have been just put across to you.
They've been making
he's
all
just
kinds
put across
of
facts to you.
They've been making all kinds.
I'm wrapping up.
They have been making all kinds of.
32 rupees to 900 rupees. Explain that.
I'm wrapping up, but I'll just say one thing to you, Mr. Rao.
Every department.
Mr. Rao, I'm wrapping up. I have one thing to say to you. I have one thing to say to you. If you have one policy, no, 1 second. If you have one policy, you can't. 1 minute, Mr. Rao, listen to me. Mr. Rao, listen to me. If you have one policy, you can't have 100 prices. That's all. We continue to debate. I think both sides have a lot to answer. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.